Hey everybody, it's me, Josh. Ben had he had some technical difficulties this week, so it's just me flying solo. Gonna talk about a little bit of pro wrestling, as we are, often known to do here on the Backstage Slam. This is the Backstage Slam episode number 175. And I am your charming host, Josh. Woo, what a week for wrestling it's been. I've watched a ton of it. The only thing I haven't gotten to right now is SmackDown. But yeah, I watched Raw. I watched NXT. I watched AEW. I even watched Impact. Watched a ton of it. I know that's quite the opposite of what my trend has been lately, but you know what? I was feeling it. I'm ready to get back into the zone, ready to watch it all. And I will say it time and time again, there's never been a better time to be a wrestling fan. As far as amount of content goes, as far as the quality of said content, well, let's try to keep things a little positive. If you happen to be a WWE Loot Crate subscriber, they sent out the crates, which has been less than reliable, it seems, as of late. But yeah, we got a nice anniversary box for SmackDown. Big blue box came with a pretty cool SmackDown Live t-shirt, 20th anniversary. So if you would like to show off some of your WWE Loot Crate swag, why don't you just hit me up on Twitter at SkidComic. Show me what you got. And I'm truly trying to make that sound very uncreepy, but I get the feeling that there's no way to make that sound uncreepy. What is going on, guys and gals? You know what? Even though I've watched a ton of wrestling this week, I have not really. Nothing really stands out. The biggest thing of note happened on a show I haven't watched, and that's only because I happened to catch clips on Facebook from SmackDown Live and John Morrison making his return. Saw the promo with Miz. Seemed pretty cool. Hasn't really lost a step, even though he has. What's a good word for someone that goes away and comes back? He vanished. I suppose he was non-existent. And of course they don't bring up things like Johnny Impact or whatever his name was in Lucha Underground. No, good old John Morrison back to help out the Miz, it seems, unless something really drastically happened, change things on SmackDown. Like I said, have not got around to that. The only other major news, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. AAA announced that Jesus Alfonso Escoboza Huerta, a.k.a. La Parca, passed away at the age of 54. He suffered a neck and cervical fracture injury in October that he never really recovered from. So he was the second La Parca. Of course, L.A. Park is still around. But La Parca number 2 passed away at the age of 54. So we send our thoughts down to the friends and family and co-workers of Jesus Alfonso Escobosa Huerta. But other than that, the only other real big news is the people accusing Tessa Blanchard of basically being a bully. That's the only noteworthy stuff, and I'd rather Ben be around to discuss things like that. Not that I'm incapable, but, to have his expertise on things of that nature would, I think, be best. To have a discussion about it rather than just me spout off my opinions. And I guess if we're just going to be talking about what I feel about stuff, let's talk about the road to WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble coming up. A lot of people have been entering. Drew McIntyre, he made his claim to be the victor already, as one should do, because you don't, talk about entering the Royal Rumble and say, I'm gonna enter and I'm gonna finish probably like third or fourth. No, we that's not how you work. Roman Reigns, if I'm not mistaken, still believed to be the heavy favorite. Although Brock Lesnar actually entering the Rumble as champion does, on the one hand, it makes for a lot of interesting matchups in the Rumble itself. And if and when somebody eliminates him, what does that mean? Is that going to be the fast-tracked program for WrestleMania in Tampa? Which, by the way, I'll be attending. Just throwing that out there. So, if that is the case, who is going to eliminate Brock Lesnar? And are we going to see the return of surprise entrants? And I mean like real surprise entrants, not, the gobbledygooker is entering at number 26 or something like that. And will the number 30 spot be given to somebody that could use it? Someone that it makes sense to have. Do I, let's make some predictions. That sounds like a great way to spend the evening or the day, whenever you're listening to this. That sounds like a great time to spend with you guys. So, we're going to pull out the old trusty Google Docs. Yep. Grab the keyboard. And let's make some predictions. Ask questions, make predictions. Will John Cena be in the Royal Rumble? Will he be in the Royal Rumble? You know what? I'm going to say yes. John Cena will be in the Rumble. And he will start the program with his WrestleMania opponent. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, who will have the most eliminations? I will go ahead and say Braun Strowman. No, that's silly. Brock Lesnar. That makes the most sense, right? Brock Lesnar, he's going to have the most eliminations. Might set a record since he's coming out at number one. might set a record for most eliminations. Don't forget I said this. Don't forget I said this. Don't be surprised if Brock Lesnar gets dumped pretty quick. I'm not making that an official prediction. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Because when was the last time you saw Brock Lesnar, pull 60 minutes? Yeah, just putting that out there. How many slots will go to people not already featured, or what's a good way to put this? We'll go to new signees or returning superstars. Surprises from guys that you already know about. I'm going to say John Morrison doesn't count in this particular instance. I mean, how many guys that are new to the company or returning to the company, how many of them will re-debut or debut at the Rumble? I'm going to go ahead and say 2. I don't have a whole lot of faith that they're going to surprise us this year, because I don't know, we just haven't had those old surprises like we used to. Maybe it's because the secrets are getting harder to keep. Leaks are predominant, it seems. Keeping secrets in wrestling is a very difficult thing to do. So many dirts, so many people talking. Will Kofi's moment be better than last year's? You know what? I'm going to go and say we see innovation from Kofi again. Last year's wasn't particularly inspired, it seemed. Maybe it's because, I don't know, the women did such a great job doing the Kofi thing. So I'm going to say Kofi steps it up again. He brings it back. Or maybe that would be an interesting way to book things. If you had somebody basically scoop the heat from that moment by preventing Kofi from saving himself. And that'd be a good moment for somebody. Big heel moment. Making sure Kofi doesn't get his recovery spot. No, it's not in the same vein or in the same ballpark as an Undertaker streak, but the Kofi Royal Rumble, Super Save tradition is one that has it stood the test of time so far. So I think that would be a really interesting way to light a fire under somebody. And I would hope it would be someone that deserves it. I would honestly hope it would maybe go to somebody from NXT. Get some heat on them, on the main roster crowd, the mainstream audience. I think that's the word I'm looking for. What else should we ask about the Royal Rumble? Brock Lesnar is, of course, inside the Rumble. Will Brock Lesnar be eliminated by someone unexpected? I'm going to say no. I think it's going to go to one of the people that you see on a regular basis. It's going to go to somebody that I'm not going to say they don't deserve to have that moment. I'm just going to say that if this is the program that's going to be going to WrestleMania, then maybe it should go to the likes of a Drew McIntyre. If Roman's going on to win, of course, he doesn't need to eliminate Brock. That it would just be completely unnecessary. But if Roman did eliminate Brock and then failed to win the Royal Rumble, it would be a good way to get him into the title program without, the things we've seen from Roman in the Rumble before. And I'm not going to knock Roman Reigns. I can't. But when it comes to the Rumble, he does have a tendency to take a nap. Remember the year when he won and he was gone for like 20 minutes in the back or something? Yeah, I'm not a fan of situations like that. Especially when the commentary team's like, he outlasted, 29 other men. And it's like, nah, dude. Nah. He was in the back. You get to rest. He outlasted like 10 people. If that. So, that's my thought. Brock Lesnar, if he's eliminated, will be eliminated by somebody that you see coming from a mile away. I don't want to do the who will win the Rumble thing. How about who will be eliminated the fastest? And by the way, if you're interested in answering these questions yourself, you could always join us on Discord. We have the Discord server, or whatever they call it, ready. It's been up and running for a long time now. I will post these in the, probably the general chat area, and give you guys an opportunity to give me your opinions. And next week on the show, we'll go over some of these answers. The ones that you provide. Who will be eliminated the fastest? Who will get the joke spot? You know what? Just because I want it to happen, I'm going to say Bobby Lashley. I know, he's not, I don't think he's been confirmed for the Rumble, and I have no reason to believe that he's in the Rumble, but I would like to think that as soon as he's out there, Rusev eliminates him like immediately. That's my hope. That's my dream. And that will end the of course there would be like a little brawl afterwards. But I would hope that's the extent of Rusev and Lashley interacting at the Royal Rumble. We don't need another match just yet. You got the thing happening on Monday, but we don't need them to do a one-on-one pay-per-view match at the Rumble. And interacting in the Rumble itself, it seems like it's almost a lost art the way the WWE used to book the Rumble to include the lower card feuds and how would it would affect the flow of the Rumble. So I want to see that come back. Just Rusev's in, he's wrecking house, and Lashley, he's number 21, or whatever. And as soon as he gets to the ring, Rusev drops everything. Maybe he even literally has somebody picked up, and just goes straight for Lashley. So I think that's why I'm going to say Lashley is eliminated the fastest. Who will be in the longest? Who will be in the longest? I'm going to go ahead and say Brock. Unfortunately, I see a lot of empty ring time with Brock just kind of doing his bouncy thing until the bigger contenders come out. So for the first 3 or 4 entrants, I imagine there's going to be a few Germans, an F5 or 2, and then he's just going to toss them over the top rope. Otherwise, I would say he would be the person that eliminates people the fastest. But no, I think that should really go to Rusev. So who will be in the longest? Probably Brock. But I don't think he's going to be the marathon man. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more question should do. What should it be? We have longest, shortest, surprise entrance. I guess I didn't really touch on surprise entrance. How many No. Might as well ask how many celebrities will be in the Royal Rumble. And I don't see that happening. What brand will win the Rumble? All signs point to SmackDown. So those are the 8 questions that I have posed to myself and you, the Backstage Slam universe. I will go ahead and get ready to post these on the Discord, the general chat area. If I can remember how to get to... There we go. General chat. Now we are going to have our regularly scheduled predictions episode. From what I understand, after Ben's computer blew up. By the way, Ben's computer blew up. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but yeah, it went kablooey, and it sounds like he has some replacement parts on the way. So hopefully he'll be back as soon as maybe next week, and we can get back into the down and dirty, nitty gritty discussion of pro wrestling instead of me answering questions that I'm asking myself. Let's see. Put questions from episode number 175. All right. that is up. Insert during the episode. Questions / predictions. There we go. We'll say made during the episode. Okay. I brought up Lashley, Lana, and Rusev, and I guess now I have to say Liv. And, just real quick before I head out, it is about that time. I don't know what it is about this angle that I despise so much. Maybe it's the fact that, Lana and Rusev are a real-life married couple, and it sucks to have to, see this thing play out where, dude's wife is, has to be all up on another dude for work. Just feels grimy to me. And I know a lot of people, I can't really believe that people are really into it as much as this is just so disgusting feeling that I have to watch. But one thing in particular caught my attention when Rusev was, on vacation in front of a green screen or something. And he's still mad about all of this stuff happening. And don't get me wrong. He had every right to be mad about the dude coming in, breaking up his family, and he has every right to be mad at Lana for not being that great, character-wise. Lana's doing great at her job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the character that she's portraying is truly awful as a person. So there's that. And yes, I know it's her job. I know, she's a heel. This is the kind of heat she's supposed to get. Don't get me wrong. She's doing fantastic. Objectively, she's doing fantastic. But on a personal level, my personal feelings, my gut, it feels icky. And I feel bad for Rusev, the man, not the character. I feel bad for the real life dude behind the trunks, because it's gotta suck to be like, oh, we can't publicly profess our love to each other anymore, even though it was a very Insta, thing. They were very public with their relationship, and I'd hate to think that there is real problems, because this is a couple I want to root for in real life. So to see this play out on TV leaves me with like a dirty feeling, and I don't care for it. But the thing that bothered me the most recently about what happened on Raw is that he's still willing to fight about this. I thought the best thing that happened was when he was like, congratulations. You've moved on. I've moved on. You're married again, and I'm free. I can do whatever I want. And that should have been the end of that. because Rusev has basically no reason to be so invested in Lana or Lashley character-wise anymore. He should be refocusing on himself and becoming the Bulgarian Brute, like he said he was going to do this coming Monday. But I think it could be done without, at least temporarily, going further with Lashley and Lana. Let them live in their own misery and, maybe check in from time to time as he's looking in from the outside. You savvy? He doesn't need to be the cause of their anguish, because they're going to be miserable no matter what. He should be the guy on the outside laughing as everything blows up. He doesn't have to light the fuse. Just let it happen. Just kind of like he did on Monday when Lana started talking and Lashley was like, "Just shut up." And the daggers that she stared in the back of his head, it was more of that. And remove Rusev from the picture. From that picture. Let them laugh from the side. Let them implode. And honestly, I don't know how to bring this real life couple back together on screen. I have no idea. I'm at a loss. And I'm generally the guy that comes up with a way creatively out of everything. But this one, if I was Rusev, if this were... If I were buying into the story, there is no way Rusev takes Lana back. No way. But if he turns, if he becomes the bad guy against the fans' wishes and takes her back, maybe that I could see. I don't think I'd want to see it. I love cheering Ruru. But I guess that's a discussion for another time. I'm just gonna get ready to head on out of here. You can find me on Twitter at SkidComic. You can find Ben on the old Twitters at YoBroMMO. So feel free to hit us up anytime, night or day. Can't promise we'll get back to you, immediately, but, somebody generally does respond. Got a lot of stuff upcoming from this channel if you're listening to it. If you're listening to the audio version on Spreaker or wherever you catch fine podcasts, the Netflix should be coming out on February 1st. It's the first of the month every month. I don't know why I had to think about it. And hopefully I will find another resource, because I've been getting requests to let you guys know not only what's coming to Netflix instant streaming for the month, but if I could put out a supplementary show before the first, letting people know what's leaving, so they know, what they need to burn through in their watch list before it's gone. So I am trying to work that into a thing, whether it becomes its own thing, just a quick, hey, this is leaving, and maybe it's a 5-minute show. Who knows? We'll find out, I guess. I want to get something more video game related going back on Semicore Studios. Some of you longtime listeners will remember the show Pro Noobs. Love the name. Love to bring it back. And that's not off the table. But I've been watching a lot more movies lately. I would love to have an outlet to talk about movies, talk about TV shows, talk about the stories that entertain us. So these are things that I'm looking into to help make 2020 the year that Semicore Studios really starts pumping out some content for you guys. So I guess that's it. That'll do it. That's the show. Hopefully, Ben, you're not having some sort of conniption over the quality, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope all of you enjoyed it. If you're feeling froggy, you can hit us up on Patreon. $1 a month, and we are working on just different things to be able to bring you if you're a Patreon subscriber. We do definitely have some interesting ideas in the works, and hopefully we'll get a lot of the details ironed out, and we'll have them for you right here on the Backstage Slam podcast. I'm Josh, and thanks for listening. Oh, I guess the only thing left to say is too sweet.